Hello friends, welcome back to channel Civil Engineering Academy. In this session, we will learn about the different important terminologies used in the leveling. This is a very fundamental topic in the surveying and useful for the students and field engineers. So let's start. What is leveling? Leveling is the process of determining the relative heights of different points on the earth's surface, and it plays an important role in the planning and constructing the roads, railways, buildings, dams, and the drainage systems. Friends, I have already covered this topic in detail in my previous video, Basics of Surveying and Leveling. You can find the link in the description box, and for more such informative content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Now the very first terminology is BM, that is benchmark. A benchmark is a fixed reference point whose elevation is already known and remains constant. It serves as a starting point for all leveling operations, and there are the different types of benchmarks like GTS benchmark. We can say it as a Great Trigonometrical Survey benchmark, then permanent benchmark, arbitrary benchmark, and temporary benchmarks. We'll see one by one all the types of a benchmark in detail. The first one is a GTS benchmark, that is Great Trigonometrical Survey benchmark. GTS benchmarks are established by the Survey of India, and these are highly precise and the permanent marks often fixed on the rocks, concrete pillars or the building walls, and their elevations are the measured with respect to the mean sea level, often called as MSL, and it is used for the national level or the large scale engineering projects such as highways, dams, and the railways. Now the next type of a benchmark is a permanent benchmarks. Permanent benchmarks are established by the government or municipal bodies, and they are fixed on the stable structures like building walls, bridges, or culverts, and they provide a reliable references for city level projects like drainage, water pipelines, and the roads, etc. Now the next type of a benchmark is an arbitrary benchmark. An arbitrary benchmark is chosen by the surveyors when no permanent or the GTS benchmark is available. An assumed elevation of 100 meters is given for the convenience, and this is used for small scale or short term surveys but not for the official projects. Now the fourth type of a benchmark is a temporary benchmark. A temporary benchmark is established at the end of the day's work or when the survey is paused. It is fixed on the stable and identifiable objects like a roadside stone or the wooden peg to continue the work later. Now the next terminology is datum. Datum means zero reference level. A datum is an imaginary reference surface from which all the elevations are measured, and usually mean sea level is taken as the datum. For example, if benchmark is 100 meter above the mean sea level, all the heights are calculated with respect to that. Now the next is reduced level, we can say RL. The reduced level of a point is its height above or below the datum line, and the formula for calculating the reduced level is equals to height of instrument minus staff reading. For example, if HI is 101.8 meter and the staff reading at a point is 1.2 meter, then we can calculate the reduced level is equals to height of instrument minus staff reading at that particular point. Here that reading is given as 1.2. So the reduced level is 106 meter. This is the example to calculate the reduced level. The reduced level actually tells us height of that particular point. Now the next terminology is leveling instrument. There are the different leveling instruments like a dumpy level, auto level, laser level. Out of this, I have covered already dumpy level and auto level in the very detailed manner. For you, I'll give the link of that two videos in the description box so that you can check it. Now the next parameter is a staff. We can say the leveling staff or rod. They are of a different heights, and they are made up of the different materials also. They are of 3 meter height, 4 meter, 5 meter, 7 meter heights, and used according to the project. They are usually marked in the meters, centimeters or feet, and having is a list count as 5 mm. Now the next one is a Backsight reading. We often call it a BS. The first reading taken on the point of known elevation is always a Backsight reading, which is always taken on the benchmark. It is used to determine the height of instrument. We can say HI. We already know the formula of HI is equals to reduced level on the benchmark plus Backsight reading, and it is always marked in the first column in the field book. The next is Foresight reading. The last reading taken on the point of known elevation is known as a Foresight reading. It is used to calculate the reduced level of that particular point, and the reduced level can be calculated as HI minus FS. Then the next is intermediate sight reading, that is IS. The reading seconds on the point between the BS and FS, that is a backsight reading, and the foresight reading is termed as IS. It is used to determine the elevation of intermediate points along the survey line. Then the next parameter is a line of a sight. The imaginary straight line through the instrument's crosshair is known as a line of a sight. It must be perfectly horizontal for accurate leveling. Then the next is a horizontal line of a sight. The line through the instrument's axis that is adjusted to a parallel to the horizon is known as a horizontal line of a sight. It ensures all the shaft readings are correct. And the next one is the leveling, is a process of determining the height differences between the points. We already seen it. Now the next parameter is a differential leveling. It is used to find the difference in the elevation between the two distant points. It is very accurate and commonly used in the construction projects. The next type of a leveling is a fly leveling. It is a quick method to determine the approximate reduced levels over a long distances, and the preliminary surveys where the high accuracy is not required will consider this type of a leveling over there. The next type of a leveling is a profile leveling. It is done along the straight line or the alignment to get the elevations at a regular intervals, and it is used in the road, railways, pipelines or the canals. Now the next type of a leveling is a cross-section leveling. It is done perpendicular to the center line to know the ground slope on either side. Cross-section leveling is essential for earthwork calculations in embankments or excavation. Now the next terminology is height of instrument, that is HI. It is the elevation of the instrument's line of a sight, and this can be calculated using the formula height of instrument is equals to reduced level on the benchmark plus backsight reading. Now the next type of a reading is a staff reading. The reading observed on the staff through the leveling instrument is known as a staff reading. It includes the backsight reading, foresight reading and the intermediate sight readings. Now the next parameter is change point, CP. A temporary reference point used when the instrument need to be shifted is known as a change point. New BS is taken on the CP to continue the leveling. We already know that after changing the instrument session, the first reading is taken as a backsight reading, and the last reading on the same instrument session is taken as a foresight reading, and in between the backsight reading and the foresight reading, whatever the readings are taken are considered to be intermediate sight readings. Now the next point is a reciprocal leveling. It is used to determine the height difference across the obstacles like rivers or the valleys, and the readings are taken from the both sides to eliminate the error due to the curvature and the refraction. So this is all about the different terminologies used in the leveling. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want a detailed video on any specific topic of surveying, just comment below. I'll definitely make a video on that topic.